So, we got very recent news about the upcoming Danganronpa 2x2 game, which covers a lot of interesting and quite insane details about stuff like what happened with the Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc remake, the lore implications about the extra storyline in 2x2 and if it will affect the continuity in some sort of way, and even possibly a demo for this game. There's quite a lot of stuff to cover, so make sure to watch until the very end. I want to give special thanks to the user Cars over at Twitter for providing a translated thread from the Japanese website where all the information was retrieved, and if you guys find any of this info useful, do consider dropping a like and subscribing for future Danganronpa content. Now, let's get into the news. The interview kicks off with a question some people had in mind, which was in relation to why wasn't Trigger Happy Havoc the one to receive the remake treatment. Producer Shohei Sakakibara replied that even though it was initially considered with a plan to keep the same characters and worldview but change the story, they acknowledged that changing it will create too much of an impact, so instead, Super Danganronpa 2 was chosen to be remade instead. This honestly does make a lot of sense in hindsight. Many of us, I think, can agree there, because the first game was the solid foundation of everything that unfolds in the franchise, from the second game to Despair Girls to even the anime. There's a lot of interconnections that will be altered if they went through with that plan with the first game, and I'm personally all up for the route they chose instead with Danganronpa 2x2. Speaking of Despair Girls in the anime, when asked about if the new scenario in the remake will change the continuity of other entries, we got a very interesting reply. Sakakibara says that the settings of previous series before Danganronpa 2 still happened even in the new scenario. However, in the case of Danganronpa 3 Future Arc, the anime, the producer says that it strongly depends on how 2x2 ends and that we should, quote-unquote, look forward to it. In terms of gameplay, the interview didn't offer many answers this time around. When asked about if Rebuttal Showdown and Logic Dive were gonna have any gameplay changes in the trials and other minigames outside of the trials, the producer dismissed the question and asked to wait for further updates, but he did confirm that 2x2 starts the exact same way as the original game, but one specific event is gonna change the story greatly, as well as further confirming that its length will be equal or even greater than the original storyline. This is nothing we haven't known already, but I do personally find it interesting that the new scenario will have pretty much no changes until one specific action or event occurs, making me kind of trace back on my original prediction that the new scenario will have exclusive zones and instead will be part of the remake overall. I'm very interested to see how this pans out and, of course, whether the gameplay will see a lot of changes compared to the original game, or if it will only bring quality of life changes. We'll just have to wait a little bit further and just see how this works. One of the biggest reveals from this interview was when Sakakibara was asked about a potential demo release for the game, in which he answered that it will be offering the world's first hands-on experience with the game, and asked to please stay tuned for further details. Dude, this is massive news! With just the 15th anniversary event right around the corner this November, meaning that we could be getting a demo very soon, I will be for sure give it a shot once it releases, so do be on the lookout for that. In smaller and brief news, we got extra information about the voice actors, confirming that the original cast will be returning to re-record their voice lines for the remake, except for Monokuma and Monomi since their VAs unfortunately passed away in 2024 and 2023 respectively. In addition, we did get confirmation that the characters and background were redesigned from scratch for this remake, which was already pretty obvious if you ask me, but I'm still excited to see all the new changes that they will be bringing to the table. As the producer's closing statements, he assured us that Kodaka will not only supervise, but also provide story and trick ideas, whatever that means, for 2x2, so hopefully the story won't go too south from what we're used to, if we ignore the existence of V3, that is. We don't talk about V3. However, right as the interview was about to end, Sakakibara made sure to drop a little hint about what to expect for the new storyline. He finalized by saying that we should look forward to what will happen to Hinata, Komaeda, and the Danganronpa series with this upcoming remake. This could mean a lot of things, so please make sure to let me know what you think this could mean in the comment section down below, because holy shit, I'm sure Nagito fans must be anxious after this comment that came out from fucking nowhere. I'm praying for every single one of you. These were all the news we got from the interview. I'm honestly even more hyped than before, especially with the fact that we're getting a demo very soon, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and experience Nagito and Hajime kissing passionately in full HD. Thank you all for watching, make sure to be tuned for future news, and y'all better take care, and subscribe. And that's it, bye bye. Yeah, bye.